How's it going, folks? Welcome to another fun at-home table read. Tonight is one of the few biopics you're ever going to see, most likely us do on the Quarantine Theater Company. But this one is a ton of fun. I loved this movie. It's Weird, the Al Yankovic story. He's truly a national treasure. So what better way than to do a nice YouTube reading for him? We're going to jump right into introducing ourselves.
Oh, hello. I'm George, and I'll be doing action description and also playing Pablo Escobar.
I'm Logan. I'm going to be Al Yankovic.
I'm Chelsea, and I'm Madonna.
Angie, and I'm Dr. Demento.
Hi, I'm Anne, and I'll be Mary.
I'm Erik, and I will be Nick.
I'm Curtis. I'll be Tony Scotti.
I'm Travis, and I think I ran the water running at home, but I'm Ben Scotti.
Oh, wow, Travis. We aren't even a minute and a half in, and already you're ADD. Okay. Anyway, George, take us away.
All right, this is Weird, the Al Yankovic story, written by Al Yankovic and Erik Appel. Over Black.
Life is like a parody of your favorite song. Just when you think you know all the words, surprise, you don't know anything.
Interior hospital night. A gurney crashes through double doors and barrels down a long hallway, escorted by a team of frantic paramedics. As the gurney zooms through several pools of fluorescent light, we see who's strapped to it, a bloody and battered Weird Al Yankovic. Cut to interior operating room night. Weird Al is heaved onto a table. A doctor rips open his Hawaiian shirt while another charges defibrillator pads. Boom, they shock Al's chest. No, he's still flatlining.
We're losing him. Come on, buddy. Stay with us.
Boom, they zap Al again. Nothing. The doctors are deflated.
Okay, let's call it. Time of death, 7:30.
The monitor beeps and Weird Al bolts upright, screaming. We freeze frame on this.
But maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Why don't we start back at the beginning?
Establishing shot, Linwood, California, day. Chiron, Linwood, California, 1969. Late afternoon sun bathes a depressing factory town as we crane down onto a depressing little house. We hear the music of Pico and Sepulveda, the Dr. Demento theme song. Dissolve 2, interior Yankovic house day, continuous. We pan across a room littered with various weird toys and novelty items, including a stack of Mad magazines and an Alfred E. Newman bobblehead, and land on a bed with a large mysterious lump in it. We reveal this to be young Al, 9, hiding under the covers with a clock radio pressed up against his ear. He is in heaven.
Wind up your radio. It's time for the Dr. Demento Show. 2 hours of mad music and crazy comedy from out of the archives and off the wall.
Al's mother, Mary, 46, enters suspiciously, rips away the covers, and shuts off the radio.
Alfie, now what do we tell you about listening to that garbage?
Oh, Mom, it's Dr. Demento. It's my favorite show in the whole world.
It's going to rot your brain. You were just lucky your father didn't catch you, mister. You know how he feels about that kind of music.
Yeah, I know.
All right, then. Well, you go wash up. Dinner will be ready in a few minutes.
Al sulks out of the room. Mary starts tidying up and remaking the bed as she hums Onward Christian Soldiers. When she tucks in the sheets, she feels something under the mattress. She pulls out a crumpled Hawaiian shirt. She's horrified. It's as if she's found drug paraphernalia. Dissolve 2, interior Yankovic house, the dinner table, night, later. Al's father, Nick, 52, a hardworking blue-collar man, sits at the head of the table wearing his filthy factory uniform. A black glove covers his wooden hand. There's a tension in the room as they eat their mashed potatoes and peas.
Alfie, aren't you going to ask your father how his day was?
How was your day, Dad?
How was my day? You want to know how my day was?
He lets out a long sigh.
Well, we had another fatality down at the factory. A real grisly one, too. It was that McKinley kid that started last week. Kept telling him to quit messing around near the damn industrial shredder. But he just wouldn't listen.
The camera slowly pushes in on Nick as he describes the scene.
First, it grabbed onto his shirt and started pulling him in backwards. I screamed for him to take it off. And he tried to, but there were too many buttons. I wanted to reach out and grab him, but I've already lost one hand. That cursed machine, now it had that kid, and it was about to let him go, grinding the sound of crunching bones. And as it squeezed the last bit of life out of him, just before it pulverized his skull, he looked me right in the eyes and mouthed the words, "I'm sorry."
Mary and Al stare horrified.
Anyway, there's nobody down to the floor now, but maybe I can pull some strings and you can spend the summer working with your old man. How's that sound, bucko?
No, thank you.
Well, you're gonna have to learn sooner or later. The factory will make a man out of you.
But I don't ever want to work at the factory. I want to make songs.
Oh, you hear that, Mary? We've got a regular Bing Crosby on our hands. Well, go on then. Why don't you sing us a little ditty for us,
Al just stares at his plate.
Nick, you're embarrassing him.
Come on, boy, cack out your tongue. Let's hear it. You're such a little songbird. Let's hear one right now.
A tense beat. Al looks to his mother's sympathetic eyes and musters up the courage.
Amazing grapes, how sweet the juice. It tastes so good to me.
Nick angrily slams his fist on the table.
Stop! That's enough! What in God's name are you doing? Those aren't the right words.
I know. I made it better.
But changing the lyrics to a well-known song? No, but what you're doing is confusing and evil. And I will not have that kind of blasphemy in my house.
But Dad...
What has gotten into you lately, Alfred? The songs, the crazy in magazines, let me tell you, it all stops now. You will not besmirch the good name of this family with that cockamamie nonsense.
Young Al scowls and pushes his plate away.
Honey, I know it's hard to hear this, but I've had a long talk with your father, and, well, we agreed it would be best for all of us if you just stop being who you are and doing the things that you love.
You don't understand me!
A teary-eyed Al gets up from the table and runs to his room after the door slams.
I wasn't sure how to bring this up to you, but I found something in Alfred's room today.
She produces the Hawaiian shirt.
What is this?
It's a Hawaiian shirt.
It doesn't even make sense. We're thousands of miles from Hawaii.
He was hiding it under his mattress. I don't know where we went wrong with him.
Nick grabs the shirt and examines it for a long time.
Face it, honey. Our boy is weird.
I know he's weird. I think I've always known.
They hold each other tight. Dissolved 2, exterior Yankovic house day, weeks later. A man carrying a bulky suitcase jauntily walks up the steps of the Yankovic residence.
It was a few weeks later when a mysterious stranger showed up at my door and changed my life forever.
Interior Yankovic house day, continuous. Nick is busily trying to fix a plumbing problem under the kitchen sink when the doorbell rings.
Alfred, go see who that is.
Al opens the door, revealing a door-to-door accordion salesman, a slick, fast-talking, overly enthusiastic music man type.
Good afternoon, sir. You're the man of the house, I take it? Well, congratulations. Today is your lucky day because I'm about to make all your dreams come true. Say, want to be the envy of all your friends? The most popular guy in the whole town? Well, everything you need to make that happen is right here inside this box.
He pushes past Al into the living room.
My dad is actually,
Voila!
He opens the box, revealing a shiny new accordion. Young Al's eyes go wide.
Feast your eyes. Have you ever seen such a gorgeous instrument? Just look at it. Better yet, here, try it on.
The salesman straps it onto Al.
Remember, when you play the accordion, you're a one-man band, the life of any party. There. How does that feel?
it's a little big.
You'll grow into it. Okay, now, play something. Go on. Tickle the ivories. Don't be afraid, just play.
Al makes a horrible squonk noise.
Look at that! A natural talent! Don't let that go to waste, son. buy this little beauty right now, and I guarantee you, girls will be lined up around the block. You'll need to hire a lifeguard, because you'll be drowning in so much.
What is going on here?
Al's dad enters, apoplectic with rage.
Well, good day, sir.
What are you doing in my house? And what is my innocent young child wearing that devil's squares box?
Well, sir, that's actually our newest.
I thought I told you to shut up.
Nick cold cocks him, sending him into the wall, knocking down some framed pictures. Al is horrified. The salesman dizzily picks himself up.
No, sir, I'm pretty sure you hadn't asked me to shut up before, but if you'd like me to shut up now, I'll gladly.
Nick hits the salesman again and continues wailing on him through an extended, mostly one-sided fight, during which he is punched repeatedly and heavy objects are broken over his head. At one point, Nick slams him back and forth on the floor as if he were a rag doll. It's brutal. Finally, Mary walks in carrying 2 bags of groceries. When she notices what's going on, she drops them on the floor and rushes over to the bloodied salesman.
Nick, no! What are you doing? Stop it right now!
Nick stops, breathing heavily. He fixes his gaze on young Al.
You made me do this, boy. You invited this evil into our house. And now look at you. Look at you. Take that sick monstrosity off this very instant. I don't ever want to see you wearing that thing again.
Why don't you go for a little walk, Nick? I think you better cool off.
Yeah, I could use a little fresh air. Because it stinks in here.
Nick walks out the door, but not before stomping the off-screen salesman on one last time. As soon as Nick is out of earshot, Mary leans down close to the brutally beaten, barely alive salesman.
I'll be right back. Don't go away.
Okay, I'll be right here.
Mary rushes off, leaving the salesman and a traumatized Al to make awkward small talk.
So, how's school?
Good.
Oh, doing okay in your classes?
Sure, I guess so.
Oh, great. Well, study hard, kid, or else one day you might wind up having to take a job as a door-to-door accordion salesman.
The salesman coughs up blood and Al grimaces. Mary rushes back into frame holding an old coffee can full of money.
Mister, we are so sorry about this. I'm afraid my husband has a bit of a temper, but he's a good man and he means well. Anyway, if you're amenable, we'd like to buy that accordion.
Mom, you mean it?
Well, I was saving this money for an emergency gallbladder operation, but how would you feel about an early Christmas present?
Young Al is near tears. He hugs his mother tightly.
This is the greatest thing ever. Thank you so much.
Just one thing. No one can ever see you playing this, especially your father. This has to be our secret. You understand me?
Al nods, but something's troubling him.
Mom, does Dad hate me?
What? No, of course not, sweetie.
Why is he always so hard on me?
Listen, you're too young to understand now, but just trust me. Your father has his reasons.
I think I'm pretty sure I've got a collapsed lung.
We're trying to have a conversation here, sir.
Interior school bus day, 1974. A preppy teenage Al Yankovic, aviator frame glasses, attempted mustache, sits alone in the back of the bus. He pulls a math book from his backpack and places it on his lap.
For the next few years, I kept to myself and tried my best to please Mom and Dad. But deep down, I felt like I was living a lie. I was well-behaved, I got good grades, but I never let anyone know the real me.
Al furtively looks around, then opens the book, revealing that he's sneaking a peek at Accordion World magazine with a hot accordion-playing woman on the cover. 2 teenage boys, Kip and Robbie, pop up from the seat behind Al. He quickly stashes the reading material.
Hey, Yankovic, you going to that party at Hofstadter's tonight? His parents are out of town.
Jeez, I don't know. I'm not really allowed to go to parties.
Come on, man. Don't be square. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm not really allowed to have fun.
You don't have to get permission from your parents. Just sneak out.
I don't think I can. My mom tucks me in at night and makes me sleep with the door open in case I have night terrors.
You have night terrors?
No, but just in case, you know?
Well, why don't you just use a hey boy then?
A hey boy, what's that?
You don't know what a hey boy is? Ah, dude, you got a lot to learn.
Just let us handle everything. We'll pick you up after school.
Dissolve 2, exterior Yankovic house, night.
Nighty night, Alfie.
Interior Yankovic house, night, continuous. Mary stands in the doorway of Al's bedroom.
Don't let the bed bugs give you night terrors.
She clicks off the light, and we reveal that in Al's bed is a crudely put together boy made out of hay. It doesn't even have a face, and both of its arms are sticking out the sides of the covers. Interior teen party house, night. Al and his friends open the front door and survey the room. Several teens wear lederhosen, Bavarian socks, and alpine hats. Polka music blares from the speakers. 2 hipster teens hold court by the record player.
I mean, Myron Florin is great and all. Lawrence Welk sure likes him, but he's way too overexposed. For my money, it's whoopee John Wilfhart that really gets me hopping and stepping. I'm all about that Minnesota sound, man.
Al stands frozen in the entryway.
You didn't tell me this was a polka party.
What? Do you not like polka?
No, it's not that. It's just my parents would freak if they knew I was here. I gotta go.
Al turns to leave. Kip grabs his arm.
Come on, Al. Live a little. What's the worst that could happen? You might actually let your guard down and enjoy life for once.
Al thinks about it. Cut 2, interior teen party house, night, later. The music is blaring, and Al seems to have loosened up a bit. He's even trying to join in on the polka dances. Then, record scratch. The music stops, and Kip, grinning conspiratorially, enters the room holding an accordion.
Hey, you guys, look what I found.
Everyone oohs excitedly and forms a circle around him. Al starts getting nervous. Dude, pass it around. Pass it. Kip passes the accordion to Robbie like it's a joint. Robbie quickly straps it on and ham-fistedly plays chopsticks. The crowd is titillated.
Awesome. Now me.
Robbie passes the instrument to Kip, who just makes horrible noises with it. The crowd laughs. Al is almost having a panic attack. Al, here, you gotta try this.
Oh, thanks, I'm good.
Yeah, I bet he's got his own accordion at home.
What? Why would you say that?
Frankie Yankovic, America's Polka King. Hello.
You know we're not related, like, at all.
Come on, Al, don't be a chicken.
I'm not. I just don't want to play it, okay? Lay off me, man.
Al's afraid his mommy and daddy are gonna find out he tried an accordion. The teens laugh. A needle drops on a record, and the chicken dance begins playing over the speakers. The teenagers all start mocking Al, making clucking noises and doing the chicken dance around him. Finally, Al caves in and picks up the accordion. The music stops and the crowd goes quiet. As Al gets the feel of the new instrument, he makes a few squonking noises with it, and the crowd snickers derisively. Then he takes a deep breath and plays an incredible lightning fast version of the clarinet polka. Teens look around at each other in disbelief. He's an accordion prodigy. When he finishes, he looks up to find a room full of open-mouthed stares, and then they erupt into cheers and thunderous applause.
Holy crap! You're a genius, Al.
That was unbelievable. Suddenly we hear a police siren. The hipster teen runs in from outside.
It's the cops! Everyone run!
Teens scream and scatter. Al is left holding the accordion. Cut 2, interior Yankovic house, night, later. A sleepy Mary opens the front door to find Al, escorted by 2 police officers.
Sorry to disturb you, ma'am, but I'm afraid we found your son at a polka party. He was playing an accordion.
But that's impossible. Alfie's in his...
Nick comes out of Al's room carrying the hay boy.
A hey boy? Really?
Cut 2, interior Yankovic house, night, later. Al sits on the couch next to the slumped over hay boy as Nick paces back and forth.
What did I do to deserve this? I feel like I don't even know you anymore.
But you want me to be like you, but I'm nothing like you. You want me to work at that factory. I don't even know what you make down there. You should call it the factory.
You'll find out what we make at the factory when you work there.
Well, it's my life, and I want to make music, and I want to play the accordion.
Hogwash!
And I'm good at it. I'm really good.
How did you ever get good at playing the accordion? It certainly wasn't under my roof. Or what? Where do you sneak out and practice in the woods at night?
No, I play in here at home, quietly in the closet when you're not around. But I'm not a closet accordion player anymore. Now I'm out of the closet, and it feels good.
Nick stares at Al for a long, hard beat, then makes a beeline for the closet.
Wait, what are you doing?
The closet, you say?
Nick flings the closet door open and starts digging around, chucking things out into the room. Boots, coats, brooms.
Dad, come on, stop it.
Nick pulls the accordion out of the back of the closet. The ultimate betrayal. He slowly turns around and looks at Al with dead eyes, speaking very calmly.
This is for your own good, boy.
And with that, he lifts the accordion high up above his head and whips it down on the ground as hard as he can, over and over.
No!
Smash, smash. Splinters of wood and black and white keys fly all over the room. Al runs to the door.
Think you're going to stop me from playing? You'll see. Someday I'll be the best. Well, perhaps not technically the best, but arguably the most famous accordion player in an extremely specific genre of music. I'll show you. I'll show everybody.
Al runs out the front door, slamming it behind him. Mary comes running down the stairs.
Sorry. Goodness, what is all that commotion? What happened? Where's Alfie?
He's dead.
What?
To me. He's dead. To me.
Exterior College Town Street, morning, 1979. We tilt up from a pair of checkered vans and reveal the adult Weird Al Yankovic, walking down the sidewalk rocking his full classic look. Glasses, mustache, and loud Hawaiian shirt. He approaches and studies a cork message board.
Things at home never got any better after that. But within a few years, I graduated. I was able to move out and live on my own. Well, with 3 other guys in a dirt cheap apartment. But the point is, I didn't have to answer to anybody. Now, I'd have a chance to find others who would truly understand me. I could find my people.
Al rips the phone number from the bottom of an ad that reads, "Punk band looking for new members." Interior rehearsal room day. We see Al's solo audition. He plays accordion while singing a wildly energetic version of Beat on the Brat by the Ramones. Unfortunately, it's just not very punk. It sounds like a bouncy, happy polka.
Beat on the brat, beat on the brat, beat on the brat with a baseball bat. Oh yeah, ho ho. Oh yeah, ho ho. Hey, 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 hey.
We reveal that Al is playing for an extremely hardcore-looking punk band. They are frozen in disgust and shock. Finally, the band's frontman, Johnny Barf, stops the performance.
Okay. That's enough, thank you. Yeah, interesting. So we'll let you know.
Great. When?
Right now, you didn't make it.
Interior Al's college apartment, day. Still wearing his accordion, Al returns home to the small, shabby apartment that he shares with his roommates, Jim, Steve, and Bermuda. He plops down on the sofa with a horrible noise.
This sucks. It's the 5th audition I've been kicked out of this week. It's like nobody wants them to have an accordion player in their band.
That just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, accordions are cool.
The problem with being on the bleeding edge. You gotta wait for the rest of the world to catch up with you.
I don't have time to wait. Nobody wants me in their group. I'm just gonna have to go it on my own. I'll prove everybody wrong.
I know you will, man. Don't worry, it's gonna happen for you. Just hang in there. We got your back.
Thanks, Bermuda. Oh, you guys, you're just so great. I mean, you really get me. It's such a difference after living with my folks for so long.
Yeah, and you know, the best part of living away from home is you can do anything you want. Hook up with girls, smoke some.
High all the time.
I mean, literally anything. There are no rules.
Last night, I was driving down the wrong side of the 101 with my eyes closed, not knowing if I was going to live to see another day or die in a horrible fiery wreck. Suck on that, Mom and Dad.
Yeah. Show 'em, Steve.
High fives all around.
How about you, Al? What's the one thing you always wanted to do, but you were never allowed to?
Al thinks for a minute, then answers wistfully.
Make up new words to a song that already exists.
The roommates are briefly dumbfounded. Then,
Well, you should do that then.
Oh yeah,
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 absolutely. No
absolutely. No
judgments here.
judgments here, none. So why don't you do it right now? Go for it. Make up something brilliant. You can do it.
Al closes his eyes and thinks hard. Nothing.
Oh, it's not that easy. I gotta wait for inspiration to strike. I'm pretty sure that well dried up a long time ago.
Oh, well, if you're not going to write us a song, why don't you make us some sandwiches?
Yeah, dude, I'm starving. Sandwich,
Sandwich, one of us, sandwich,
Okay, guys, I'm
sandwich.
on it. Hey, Jim, put on some tunes.
Al loads some sliced bread into the toaster as Jim turns on the radio. My Sharona by the Knack is playing. Oh, you make my motor run. My motor run. Guy coming off of the line, Sharona. Al digs around in the bridge and pulls out a pack of bologna.
Hey, Steve, this bologna's got your name on it. Can we?
Yeah, sure. Open up a package of my bologna.
Al plops down the package of Oscar Mayer bologna on the counter as the song reaches the chorus. My Sharona. My Sharona. Only the song doesn't continue on to the next verse, it begins skipping. Al cocks his head and stares at the radio. My Sharona. My Sharona. As the chorus repeats, Al looks back down towards the bologna. We push it on the package from Al's perspective and then back on Al's face from the bologna's perspective.
Is the DJ asleep or something? The record's skipping. Hey, wake up.
We push in even closer to Al's face. He's lost in thought. Closer on the bologna, then closer on Al.
My bologna. My bologna.
Jim taps Bermuda and points to Al, who looks to be having some sort of out-of-body experience.
Hey, Al, you okay?
Bermuda shuts off the radio and Al snaps out of it. Without saying a word, he grabs his accordion and starts playing the My Sharona riff.
Ooh, my little hungry one, open up a package of my bologna.
Al stops playing and breathes deep. His roommates look around at each other, unsure of what they just witnessed. Suddenly, the toast pops up. Without missing a beat, Al immediately launches back into the song.
Ooh, I think the toast is done. Toast is done. Top it with a little of my bologna.
His roommates give each other knowing looks. They're witnessing magic.
Where did that come from?
Dude, I've got chills.
I don't know. It just came out of me.
I've never heard anything like it before. You've got to record it.
Record it? I don't know.
Al, you've got something here, and I'm not sure if it comes from God or the devil, but the world needs to hear it.
Forget it. I don't have money for a recording studio.
I think the bathroom at the bus station has pretty good acoustics.
They all look at each other. Smash cut 2. Montage set to My Bologna. Interior public restroom day. The guys burst into a public restroom carrying a chair, a mic on a stand, and a reel-to-reel tape deck. There's a surprised man standing at the urinal. They hurry him along, help him zip up, and push him out of the room. Bermuda adjusts the microphone. Jim, wearing headphones, gives a thumbs up. Steve presses record. The tape reels begin spinning. As Al is performing, now in sync to the music track, someone sneaks out of a bathroom stall behind him and slinks out the room. Interior Al's college apartment, day. As his roommates look on proudly, Al labels the cassette tape, My Bologna, Al Yankovic. He slides it into a padded envelope and labels it, Attention, the Captain Buffoon Show. Exterior College Town Street, day. An old woman stands at a mailbox, removing a letter from her purse with a shaky hand. Al enters the frame and shoves her out of the way. He slam dunks his envelope into the mailbox, spins around like James Brown, and does a split. He gets back up, does the yes gesture, then runs off excitedly. In song and montage. Interior Al's college apartment day. A little later, Al enters excitedly.
All right, I just mailed the tape off to Captain Buffoon. Whew. I guess all I gotta do is kick back and wait to become famous.
Yeah, that's not quite how it works, Al. Nobody gets famous overnight. That's a myth. Sometimes it takes years, decades of hard work to get noticed. Look, I believe in you. I know it'll happen someday. But you can't just mail your tape to a disc jockey and expect to instantly become a sensation.
Al plops down on the couch.
Oh, why can't I catch a break?
He flips on the radio and we hear,
Captain Buffoon on your radio dial. No, I'm not making this up. I just received this tape in the mail a few minutes ago. And what can I say? It's an instant sensation.
Al and his roommate's eyes get big as they slowly look around at each other. Could this really be happening?
It's already #1, the most requested song of the week, and we're playing it all day long. So here it is, once again, Al Yankovic with My Bologna.
The song starts playing on the radio and the guys proceed to go completely insane. Al and Bermuda start laughing and shaking each other violently, then doing a wild happy dance where they slap each other hard. Jim looks like he's possessed. He starts breaking plates over his head, kicking over trash cans and destroying kitchen appliances. Steve rips his shirt off and runs around in circles, screaming before throwing himself through a plate glass window off screen. Then Bermuda squishes Al's face in his hands and says,
You know what this means, right? You've got to get yourself a record deal.
My Bologna plays continuously as we cut to exterior Scotti Brothers Records the next day. Establishing shot of a monolithic building. This is the home of Scotti Brothers Records. Interior Scotti Brothers Records day. Tight shot of a portable cassette player playing My Bologna on a fancy wooden desk in the Scotti Brothers private office. Al is sitting nervously while Tony and Ben Scotti listen to the recording. They are extremely confused and definitely not impressed. Note, Tony Scotti is played by the real-life Al Yankovic. Finally, Tony presses the stop button.
I've heard enough.
Painful pause.
Well, what do you think?
Let me try explaining something to you. You know why they call it the record business?
Why?
Because it's a business.
It's a business.
And this is the stupidest business model I've ever seen. Use your head, kid. Nobody wants to hear a parody song when they can hear the real thing for the same price. I mean, what's the point?
With new lyrics, the song kind of takes on a life of its own.
It's not even a unique talent. Anyone can change the words around to a song. Man, give me a song. Just name any song.
YMCA.
Okay, great. YMCA. Here's the period at the top of my head. It's fun to stay at the YMC. No, those are real work. Wait, hold on. Okay, I got it. MCYA. There. See? Easy.
What does that stand for?
It doesn't matter. The point is, if I had enough time, I'm sure I could come up with something great.
Well, my song was a big hit on the Captain Buffoon show.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying Captain Buffoon actually played your song on the radio?
Yeah.
Well, why did you say so? This changes everything. Ben, give that young gentleman a record contract. We're going to sign him to a 14-album deal.
Ben hands Al a piece of paper.
Really?
No, what do you think I am, an idiot?
That's mine.
Oh, sorry, that's his line.
So yes.
No, what do you think I am, an idiot?
That's me. He's not an idiot.
I'm not an idiot.
We see that Al was handed a Chinese takeout menu.
If I may interject here, boy.
Please.
I just like to say that you've got some nerve coming in here and wasting my time and my brother Tony's time. I'm going to remember your name because you, Al Yankovic, are the most untalented, pathetic loser I've ever met in my entire life.
Tony, played by Al Yankovic, remember, gets
Yankovic,
progressively uncomfortable during this speech. He does a furtive take to camera and pats Ben on the shoulder. Tony very quietly tries to interject, but Ben is on a roll.
Maybe.
You're nothing but a hack. Stupid, useless parasite.
Okay, take it down a notch.
A grotesque blotch on humanity. And you're so ugly.
Okay.
That ridiculous hair. That horrible mustache. You make me want to throw up.
All right, that's enough. Thank you, Ben, for your thoughts. Okay, I'll do you a favor and give you a little free advice. If you really got your heart set on doing this stupid music of yours, two things. First, maybe you should write more than one song.
All the biggest musical acts have more than one song in their catalog.
That's true. And also, this is important. Get yourself out in front of a live audience, any audience. Just do a few gigs, build up your chops, and then who knows? Maybe someday we'll talk again.
But don't count on it because you truly suck.
Right. Okay. So, we done here?
No. I've got one more question for you.
Ben and Tony are taken aback.
Do you validate parking?
Oh, yeah, sure. Ben?
Ben stamps Al's ticket.
There you go.
Thanks.
You're
Exterior.
so not welcome.
The Cobra Pit, night. Dirtbag bikers scuffle on the sidewalk as loud rock music emanates from inside the Divey Rock Club. A marquee above the door reads Open Mic Night. Interior, the Cobra Pit, night continuous. The audience violently thrashes around as Skunk Barf, the same band we saw Al auditioning for earlier, rocks out on stage. They actually sound really great. Al peeks out from behind the curtain as the band finishes up.
Thank you. We are Skunk Barf.
You guys suck!
The audience starts hurling everything that's not nailed down at the stage as bikers and hoodlums swarm the stage and pull the band members into the crowd. Fists fly, bottles are broken, chairs, knives, and chains are thrown. It's a melee. The only person in the club not involved in this fight is a bearded man wearing a top hat and tails, who sits in the back of the room nursing a fancy drink as chairs fly past him. He actually seems drolly amused by it all. Al, on the other hand, looks terrified. He quickly shuts the curtain and retreats backstage. Interior, the Cobra Pit, backstage, night continuous.
Can't do this. I can't do this.
Jim, Steve, and Bermuda hang out on the couches.
Just relax. It'll be great.
Yeah, the new song's a bona fide hit.
It's about ice cream.
Everybody likes ice cream.
This was more like a whiskey and heroin crowd. Look, I appreciate you guys being here for moral support and all, but they are literally going to kill me. We have to leave right now.
Don't be silly, man. They're gonna love you.
The roommates continue with their positive reinforcement as the sleazy MC pops his head into the room.
Okay, we got some of the blood cleaned off the stage, so you're on now.
He leaves.
Go start the car.
Nah, you got this, Al.
This is your moment. Go get him, champ.
Al gulps hard and exits the room. The roommates immediately drop their smiles. They're actually really worried for him. Cut to interior of the Cobra Pit, the stage, night. Moments later, the sleazy MC steps up to the microphone.
All right. Who is ready for some more music?
He ducks a bottle. It smashes on the brick wall behind him.
Coming to the stage next, this guy's first timer, Al Yankovic.
Al trepidatiously walks towards the mic stand. There's a smattering of light applause, some dismissive snickering, and a few boos. The microphone feeds back when Al taps it. Squee!
Hope you guys are ready for this.
Al looks back into the wings. The guys are peeking through the curtain, giving him thumbs up. Al takes a breath and then launches into the accordion intro for I Love Rocky Road, his parody of Joan Jett's I Love Rock and Roll. The audience is stunned. Their attitude is somewhere between extreme confusion and sheer hatred. Bermuda can't take this anymore. He walks past Jim and Steve onto the stage.
This guy needs some help.
I hear those ice cream bells and I start to drool. Keep a couple quarts in my locker at school.
As soon as Bermuda starts playing the abandoned drum set, Al smiles and loosens up. We see the crowd starting to nod along to the music. Hey, this kid ain't bad.
Yeah, but chocolate's getting old. Vanilla just leaves me cold.
The bearded man in the top hat has taken notice as well. He slowly lowers his drink. Jim and Steve look at each other, shrug, then hurry on stage to play guitar and bass.
Yeah, there's just one flavor good enough for me. Yeah, me. Don't give me no crummy teaspoon. I know what I need, baby.
By the time the first chorus hits, the whole band is playing and the crowd is totally into it. They're pumping their fists along to the beat.
I love Rocky Road, so won't you go and buy half a gallon, baby? I love Rocky Road, so have another triple scoop with me. Oh.
Huge cheers. As we go into the instrumental section, we see a big biker, Mama Bear, from the crowd approach the bartender, Wayne.
Give me a shot of tequila and 2 scoops of rum raisin. I said, give me a shot of tequila and 2 scoops of rum raisin.
We don't sell ice cream here.
Mama Bear grabs him by the collar.
You better start selling it before this song's over, or you're gonna have a riot on your hands.
When I'm all alone, I just grab myself a cone. And if I get fat and lose my teeth, that's fine with me. Just lock me in the freezer and throw away the key. Singing.
The entire crowd is now singing along enthusiastically.
I love Rocky Road, so won't you go and buy half a gallon, baby? I love rock and roll, so have another triple scoop with me. I love Rocky Road, so won't you go and buy half a gallon, baby? I love Rocky Road, so have another triple scoop with.
The crowd is going absolutely crazy. This is the greatest thing they've ever seen and the most fun they've ever had in their lives.
I love Rocky Road, so won't you go and buy half a gallon, baby? I love Rocky Road, so have another triple scoop with me.
Al finishes with a flourish and the crowd goes insane. The band members join Al for bows.
Why didn't you tell me you guys could play? You're great.
Jim and Steve shrug.
I guess it didn't feel relevant until now.
We hear an ice cream truck in the distance as Mama Bear comes running in from outside. The club immediately clears out as people stampede to the door. Revving motorcycles and gunfire can be heard from outside. Only the bearded man in the top hat is left behind. He slow claps. Interior, the Cobra Pit, backstage, night later. As Al packs up his accordion, the bearded man in the top hat appears in the doorframe and watches him. Al snaps the locks on the box and stands.
Oh, hey, I didn't realize,
He recognizes the man.
Wait a second, you're Dr. Demento.
Dr. Demento tips his hat.
Oh, well, I am a huge fan. I can't believe this. I've been listening to your show my whole life. Wind up your radio.
Don't do that.
Sorry. Did you see the show?
I did. Let me tell you something. Every once in a great while, I see a talent that I know is going to make it all the way to the top. Nervous Norvis. Wildman Fisher. And now, you. What I saw on that stage tonight blew my mind. You cracked the code. I think you really got something special.
Wow. Thank you so much. You've no idea what it means for me to hear you say that. I wish the Scotti brothers felt the same way.
Those suits couldn't spot real talent if I was smacking them in the face with a dead fish. But I could get them to notice you.
How?
Leave it to me. I know a thing or two about the biz.
Are you saying you want to be my mentor?
No, but I want to be your mentor.
Dr. Demento laughs way too long at this.
But first of all, we've got to get you a stage name. Al Yankovic? No. Terrible name. Terrible. Al Yankovic? Doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, does it? It's long, clunky, hard to remember. Okay, now just throwing this out there. But what do you think about changing it to Weird Al Yankovic?
Al ponders it.
I love it.
Great. Hey, I'm having a little pool party at my house this weekend. There's some people I'd like to introduce you to. Why don't you come by and we'll continue this conversation in the grotto?
As Demento heads for the exit, he calls back.
Oh, and don't forget to stay demented.
You got it.
Al laughs and watches him go with stars in his eyes. Dissolve 2, exterior Dr. Demento's house, backyard, day. A pool party is in full swing, packed to the gills with a who's who of pop culture weirdos, all decked out in their most iconic looks. As we pan the crowd, we see huge rock stars, Alice Cooper, David Bowie, Elton John, Frank Zappa, and cult figures from movies and TV, Elvira, Grace Jones, etc. Al enters the party, followed by his roommates/band. Dr. Demento greets Al warmly.
Ah, there he is, my newest superstar. I'm so glad you could make it. I've been telling everybody about you. Ooh, I see you brought your band.
He regards them. They obviously weren't invited.
That's fine. The canapes are over that way, gentlemen. Go ahead and grab yourselves a plate. Anyway, Al, let me show you around the place. Everyone's dying to meet you.
We follow Al and Demento as they approach Pee Wee Herman and Tiny Tim. Pee Wee does a triple take as they approach.
Ah, Mr. Herman, I'd like you to meet Weird Al Yankovic.
Rising young star. Pleased to meet you.
Pee Wee extends his hand, and when Al grabs it, he pulls it off. A fake hand. Pee Wee clutches his wrist and falls to the ground.
And this, of course, is Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim flutters his hand in front of his face, clutching his ukulele in the other.
Oh, Mr. Yankovic! Oh, why, you're just the cat's pajamas!
Is that good?
Sure.
Demento tips his hat and they move on.
Gentlemen,
We cut around to other areas of the party. Al is creating major buzz. We see Alice Cooper with a huge snake around his neck, and Gallagher with a watermelon and Sledge-O-Matic sitting together at a patio table.
So that's Demento's new protege. I heard they don't even hand out raincoats and tarps at his shows. Piff, piff, amateur hour, tiff.
Okay. We see Andy Warhol approach Salvadore Dali, who speaks in a thick Catalonian accent.
Well, hello, Dali.
Andy, what do you think of this Weird Al? I have a feeling he will change everything we know about art. I think he will change the world.
I give him 15 minutes.
We see Pink Flamingo's drag queen star Divine chatting with a friend while holding what appears to be a fresh dog turd.
He changes the words to songs. I find that extremely offensive.
As Al and Demento approach the cabana, Wolfman Jack steps directly in front of them, blocking their path.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Dr. Demento.
Wolfman Jack, who let you in here?
The Wolfman goes where the Wolfman wants, baby.
Security!
Relax. I just came by to lay my eyes on this cat you've been parading around. The one who takes pre-existing musical compositions and completely changes the lyrics.
His name's Weird Al.
Well then. Put her there, Weird Al.
Al reaches out, but Wolfman quickly pulls his hand away and slides it across the side of his head.
Ooh, too slow.
A few people snicker. Al is embarrassed. A crowd starts to form.
Hey, what is this?
This is me telling you that I know a hit artist when I see one, and this kid ain't it. He'll never crack the top 40. It's too niche.
This kid happens to be the future of music.
Right. Well, if he's so great, how about he comes up with a new parody song right now, on the spot?
The crowd is intrigued.
Oh, I don't think that's such a good idea.
Do another one bites the dust.
Ha ha ha! That seems fitting. Who said that?
A very average-looking guy with curly brown hair raises his hand. It's John Deacon from the band Queen. I did. He's met with blank stares. I'm John Deacon from Queen. I play the bass. Everyone collectively has an, oh, right, I sort of recognize him now moment. Wolfman turns back to Al.
All right, future boy. Let's hear what you can do with Another One Bites the Dust.
The gauntlet has been thrown. Al looks to Demento for help, but Demento just gives him a subtle, you've got this gesture.
Well, we're waiting.
Al is frozen. Wolfman smirks and walks back to John Deacon.
Come on, guy from Queen. Let's go find a party with some real talent.
Wolfman howls as he puts his arm around John Deacon. The two of them laugh as they head towards the exit. Al has a fire in his eyes.
Anyone got an accordion?
Immediately, 3 accordions are thrust into frame. Al considers them all, then chooses the middle one. He straps it on.
Let's do this.
He launches into Another One Rides the Bus. Wolfman Jack and John Deacon stop in their tracks and turn around. Al's band members gather by his side. Bermuda starts thumping on the accordion case for percussion. Steve makes vocal noises, yeah, and Jim does hand farts. Dr. Demento hands out duck calls, sirens, whistles, and various other toys and noisemakers to his guests. There is electricity in the air. The crowd is spellbound.
Riding on the bus down the boulevard, and the place was pretty packed. Couldn't find a seat, so I had to stand with the perverts in the back. It was smelling like a locker room. There was junk all over the floor. We're already packed in like sardines, but we're gonna pick up more. Look out! Another one rides the bus. Another one rides the bus. And another comes on, and another comes on. Another one rides the bus. Hey, he's gonna sit by you. Another one rides the bus.
Wolfman Jack and John Deacon are visibly impressed. As the song goes into the breakdown section, members of the crowd join in with clapping and percussion. Kiwi Herman does the tequila dance. Salvadore Dali plays a large fish with a violin bow.
Another one rides the bus. Another one rides the bus. Oh, another one rides the bus. Hey, hey, another one rides the bus. Hey, 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 hey.
The whole crowd is rocking. This is history in the making.
The window doesn't open and the van is broken. My face is turning blue. I haven't been in a crowd like this since I went to see The Who. Well, I should have got off a couple miles ago, but I couldn't get to the door. There isn't any room for me to breathe. Now we're going to pick up more. Yeah. Another one rides the bus. Another one rides the bus. And another comes on. And another comes on. Another one rides the bus. Hey, he's going to sit by you. Another one rides the bus.
They finish. The crowd goes wild. Gallagher smashes his watermelon. Wolfman Jack is in complete shock. When he finally speaks, it's in a soft, completely normal voice.
I don't know what to say. That was the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life. You truly have a rare gift, Weird Al.
John Deacon wipes his tears away and approaches Al respectfully. Listen, mate, we're doing a little show next week called Live Aid. We would be honored if you would join the band and sing that song on stage with us. What do you say? He looks at Al hopefully, pushing on Al for a dramatic beat, then...
Hard pass!
The whole crowd laughs at John Deacon. Dr. Demento makes an L with his fingers on his forehead. Deacon turns and walks away in shame. A security guard grabs hold of Wolfman Jack's arm and looks to Demento for confirmation, then tases Wolfman Jack and drags him away. Now, as we push in on Al's smug expression, the sound of studio audience applause rises. Cut to interior, the Oprah Winfrey Show, day. Oprah stands in front of a small section of audience holding a microphone.
Weird Al Yankovic is one of the most exciting new artists in pop music today. His self-titled debut album featuring the hit singles My Baloney and I Love Rocky Road and Another One Rides the Bus, just certified quintuple platinum. I caught up with the Weird One himself and he gave me a tour of his brand new Bel Air mansion.
Interior, Al's mansion, day. Al is taking Oprah through his giant walk-in closet, showing off his Hawaiian shirt collection. He himself is shirtless with several miniature platinum records dangling over his chest.
I have never seen a collection of Hawaiian shirts like this.
Thanks, Oprah. This one was given to me by Bob Dylan, cool guy. This one was custom designed for me by Giorgio Armani. Doesn't normally do Hawaiian shirts, but he made an exception for me. Oh, and this one I picked up at Goodwill. I like it because it's covered with humu humu nuku nuku apua'as. That's Hawaii state fish, you know.
I did not know that. And what about those necklaces you're wearing?
Oh, these. Yeah, I wear one solid platinum record medallion for each time my album went platinum. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They look heavy.
They are super uncomfortable.
Oprah Winfrey Show inserts. Footage of Al and his band performing in a huge arena. Footage of Al waving to throngs of fans as he exits his personalized private jet. Ronald Reagan and the Pope brandish their Weird Al albums.
Simply by taking well-known pop songs and changing the lyrics, Yankovic has taken the world by storm. He has the #1 album in 20 countries around the world, and he counts among his fans such luminaries as President Ronald Reagan and Pope John Paul II. Even international drug lord Pablo Escobar calls Weird Al his favorite musician.
Grainy footage, exterior jungle day. Pablo Escobar and a few of his soldiers fire guns in the air, set to the claps in Weird Al's Ricky. Hey, Ricky, blam, blam, blam. Hey, Ricky, blam, blam, blam. Interior Scotti Brothers Records day. Ben and Tony Scotti sit for an interview.
The second Al walking.
I took one look at the beautiful, beautiful face, and without hesitation, I said, if we don't sign him today, I will literally kill myself.
Insert photos of Al on the covers of Rolling Stone, Time, GQ, Tiger Beat, and Weekly World News.
And it's not just the record company that's cashing in on Weird Al fever. The artists he's parodying are experiencing a phenomenon that's being called the Yankovic bump.
Cut to interior nail salon day, same time. As Oprah continues, we see Madonna getting her nails done. She gestures to a TV mounted on the wall.
Hey, turn this up.
The Knack, Joan Jett, and even Queen have seen their album sales double after Weird Al put his own unique spin on their songs, which begs the question, who will be next?
We push in on Madonna's devious expression.
Who indeed?
Cut back to exterior Al's mansion, poolside day. Oprah and Al sit across from each other.
Well, you really seem to have the Midas touch. In all my years, I've never seen anything quite like this. Your parents must be very proud.
Yeah, my parents.
Is everything okay?
Huh? Yeah, yes, of course. Whose parents wouldn't be proud?
The camera holds on Al, who is obviously lying to himself. Hard cut to interior Yankovic house night. Mary answers.
Hello?
Hey, Mom, it's me.
Alfie?
Interior exterior Al's mansion night. Intercut. City lights twinkle in the distance as Al stands on the balcony of his master suite. He speaks into a large cordless phone.
It's been a long time, hasn't it?
We saw you on TV.
Crazy, right? Who would have thought? Yeah, I'm actually gearing up for a residency at Madison Square Garden. Sold out 25 nights in a row. They're moving to the Knicks to some hockey rink in Jersey for a month.
Huh.
Yeah, living the dream. I mean, to have 20,000 people every night singing along to my words to other people's music. I feel truly alive when I'm up on that stage.
Well, that's nice. Are you eating enough, Brian?
What?
It's important. It keeps you regular. You know how you get when you're not having regular BMs, Alfie.
Sure.
Good.
Yeah, so how's Dad?
Oh, do you want to talk to him? He's right here.
Reveal Nick is sitting in a chair next to Mary. He rolls his eyes and motions that he's not there.
Does he want to talk to me?
Oops, never mind. He just went to the bathroom. I think it's going to be a long.
Nick winces. He mimes driving.
Nope, not that. Not the bathroom. He's outside. He's just got in the car. Want me to get him before he leaves?
Nick violently shakes his head no and gesticulates wildly. Mary is getting flustered.
Never mind. He's speeding away. Oh, jeez. He's just hit someone.
Nick's eyes go wide. Is she crazy?
What?
Oh, no, not someone. It was just the mailbox. Guess I gotta go fix the mailbox now.
He's right next to you, isn't he?
Reveal. Nick is gone.
Well, he was, but he just got mad, and now he's really gone. Your father's a complicated man.
Does he ever talk about me?
Oh, sure, all the time. There are so many things he really wants to tell you, but it's difficult for him.
Like what? What does he want to tell me?
Well, mostly he just really wants to let you know that he is definitely not proud of you.
What?
He told me to be crystal clear about that. Also, he still thinks your parody songs are stupid, and I guess I don't need to tell you how he feels about the accordion, do I?
Look, I really, I gotta go.
You know, he never really wanted to have kids.
Okay, well, it was nice talking to you.
Listen, if you ever want that job at the factory, I'm sure your dad can pull a few strings.
Yeah, take care now. Bye.
Love you.
Yeah.
Al hangs up, dwells on the moment, then yells and throws the phone across the room, smashing it. We cut wide to reveal that Dr. Demento, still wearing his top hat, is soaking in a hot tub in the middle of the room, eating guacamole and chips off a tray. He's been there the whole time.
Tough call with the folks, huh?
You know, I can fire up the downstairs hot tub for you if you'd like.
Nah, don't trouble yourself.
It's no trouble at all. There are actually 3 other jacuzzis in the house that aren't in my bedroom.
Very kind of you, but honestly, it's good. You, on the other hand, don't seem to be doing well at all. You want to talk about it?
Al doesn't at first, but pulls up a chair to the edge of the jacuzzi.
It's just all my life I've wanted my father to accept me for who I am. And I thought that if I became this huge success, it would change things. But he still hates everything about me. I don't know, maybe parody songs are stupid.
Dr. Demento slides the tray of chips and guacamole towards Al, who starts snacking on them. Demento gets serious.
Look, you don't have to do parodies if you don't want to.
What are you talking about?
You can write your own music. You can think. But you think I took you under my wing just because you did a parody songs? I could tell you were a visionary, a true artist with so much to say in the world. I saw something special in you. Something that your father doesn't see and that even you don't see. Yet.
Guacamole tastes funny.
Of course it does. It's loaded with LSD.
Al spits it out.
You need to open your heart and your mind. Confront your fears and break the chains. Come with me on a spiritual journey. Find your inspiration.
It's totally not cool, man. You can't just... What is happening to your head?
We see Al's POV. Dr. Demento's head now looks weirdly Ganesh-like. He has sprouted a third eye. We hear sitar music.
No, that would just be the drugs taking effect. Just relax and write it out. You'll be fine in a couple of hours.
Al shuts his eyes tightly and rubs his face.
No. I'm just going to close my eyes. And when I open them, everything's going to be completely back to...
Al opens his eyes and we see his POV. Full-on psychedelic nightmare freakout sequence. This is the ultimate bad LSD trip. We're engulfed in a nightmarish, fiery hellscape haunted by the souls of the damned. Dante's Inferno on acid, where visions of people who rejected Al earlier in life appear through the flames.
What in God's name are you doing, boy? Those aren't the right words.
Please just stop being who you are and doing the things you love.
You suck, dude.
You, Al Yankovic, are the most untalented, pathetic loser I have ever met in my entire life.
Al's teenage friends Kip and Robbie appear, making clucking noises and doing the chicken dance.
Stop it. Leave me alone.
Suddenly, Dr. Demento floats in, Vishnu-like as a calming presence.
Alfred Yankovic, this is your time. Trust in me, young Padawan.
Padawan?
Stupid word I just made up. Never mind. Just believe in yourself and the song will come to you.
Al concentrates hard and looks as if he's about to have a breakthrough when Nick suddenly reappears looking extra demonic.
Don't listen to him, boy. You belong with me in the factory. It is your destiny.
Several monster arms enter the frame and pull Al down. He screams. Al is now strapped to a conveyor belt, heading directly into the mouth of the industrial shredder that killed the McKinley kid at his dad's factory.
He's losing his power over you. Keep going.
I can't.
Maybe you should have a little Cap'n Crunch?
Dr. Demento extends a glowing bowl full of Cap'n Crunch cereal.
What?
Dr. Demento taps the bowl with his spoon. The Cap'n Crunch turns to
Raisin Bran, perhaps?
No. I don't want no Captain Crunch. Don't want no Raisin Bran.
Demento now has several arms, all holding different food items. A bunch of bananas, chicken, pie, and egg. He addresses Al with a burning intensity.
Eat it. Just eat it.
I don't understand.
Don't you make me repeat it.
Al looks down at his feet, which are now inches away from the shredder. He screams.
What's happening to me?
And with that, Al is sucked into the industrial shredder. His screams turn silent. The screen goes black. In the distance, we see an egg. We hear a muffled guitar riff coming from inside it. As we get closer to the egg, the guitar becomes louder and clearer. It's the opening riff from Beat It / Eat It. Finally, the egg hatches and a naked Weird Al, covered in goo, emerges, playing an electric guitar. He slowly raises his head, looking directly into camera, and his face melts off, Raider style. Hard cut to interior Scotti Brothers Records day. We dolly in fast on Al, kicking open the door to Ben and Tony's office. He throws them a cassette tape as he marches towards Tony's desk.
Put it in.
Confused and a little frightened, Ben puts the tape in the cassette player and presses play. We hear the first few lines of Eat It.
How come you're always such a fussy young man? Don't want no Captain Crunch, don't want no Raisin Bran. Well, don't you know that other kids are starving in Japan, so eat it.
Tony reaches over and stops the tape, stone-faced.
I've heard enough. It's brilliant.
Al suddenly pumps his fist.
I'm sorry, I don't recognize the tune. What song are you parodying here?
I'm not parodying anything. This song is completely original.
Wait, you wrote the words and the music.
That's right.
Long pause.
Just to be perfectly clear, you're saying this is not a parody of an existing song, but an entirely original composition which you wrote all by yourself?
Yep.
Not based on anybody else's song in any way.
Did I stutter?
Ben
Yeah.
shrinks. This new version of Al is a little meaner.
I'm tired of people thinking I'm some kind of joke. I'm done writing parody songs. Done. From now on, I'm only going to do totally original music.
Al puts a cigarette in his mouth and flips open a Zippo lighter.
Well, I am blown away. This is a bold new direction. I mean, the parodies were fine, but you completely changed the game here. This is going to be your biggest hit yet.
Oh, wow, you can't smoke in...
Al grinds out his cigarette on the back of Ben's hand.
Oh, I totally deserve that. Ouch.
Cut to interior Al's mansion day. The doorbell is ringing over and over and over. Al, now wearing a Hawaiian silk robe, makes his way across the large room.
Okay, hold your horses.
Al irritatedly opens the door and finds Madonna posing there, in her desperately seeking Susan look, chomping gum. Their entire conversation is extremely flirty and sexually charged.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Do I know you?
I don't know. Do you?
She blows a bubble, it pops.
Well, that's sort of why I'm asking, because I'm not sure if I do or if I,
Madonna. Ring any bells?
All right, Madonna, Lucky Star, Holiday, Borderline. Born a Michigan Catholic schoolgirl, dropped out of college and moved to New York City with nothing on clothes on her back and $35 in your pocket. Maybe it was to become the queen of pop. Maybe it was to get back at your dad for marrying the housekeeper.
Wow. Sounds like you know a lot more about me than you let on.
What can I say? I'm full of surprises.
She crosses into the foyer, looks around.
So what brings you here, Madonna?
Oh, I was just in the neighborhood, wanted to find out if my map to the stars' homes was accurate.
Guess you won't need a refund then. Is that all you wanted?
Madonna eyes the gold and platinum records hanging on the wall.
No, I want a lot of things. But the truth is, I'm a big fan of yours.
Join the club.
Have you heard my new single, Like a Virgin?
Oh, I heard it. I'm curious. Is that song autobiographical?
Madonna turns and walks towards Al. She gets very close.
Yes, well, I'm technically a virgin, except for the fact that I've had a lot of sex. I mean, a lot.
I see.
Anyway, I was wondering if you were going to do a parody of my song.
Maybe.
I like that.
Their faces are now inches apart.
So would you like to see the rest of the house?
There's only one room I'm interested in seeing.
Well, we're doing some work on the bathroom, but there's another one downstairs.
Oh, I'm not talking about the bathroom.
Then let me show you to the laundry room.
Al Yankovic, are you playing games with me?
Yes?
Smash cut to interior Al's mansion makeout spots day. Al and Madonna are making out all over the house, slamming against walls, slamming into the floor, crashing into everything not bolted down. It looks incredibly intense and sort of painful. Madonna cries out in ecstasy.
Oh, you're so weird.
Dissolved to interior Al's bedroom day. We see Al and Madonna in bed, exhausted, ostensibly post-coitus. They smoke while they share pillow talk.
So are we like boyfriend, girlfriend now?
Maybe.
They both laugh like a giddy couple in their honeymoon period.
Now that things are official, I have to be honest with you. When I said I might do a parody of your song, I lied.
So what they're saying is true. You're not doing parodies anymore?
My song Eat It, which as you know is 100% original, is the biggest hit by anybody ever. So I've decided that's all I want to do from now on. Completely original songs.
Madonna is disappointed, but somehow even more turned on.
See, that's what I love about you. Al, you know what you want and you know how to get it. Just like me.
She fixes on him with an intense, almost creepy stare. It's bordering on uncomfortable. Cut to interior pool hall. We see a clip of the pool table scene from the Eat It video. Daniel's face replaces Al's.
Just eat it. Don't you make me repeat it. Have a banana, have a whole bunch. It doesn't matter what you had for lunch. Just eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. Eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it.
We pull back to reveal the video playing on a TV in interior Dr. Demento's home office day. Demento turns off the TV and sits down behind his desk, chuckling.
Well, I just got the official word. You've broken the Beatles' records for most songs in the Billboard's top 10.
Oh, cool.
Demento was expecting a bigger reaction, but whatever.
Okay, well, I also have some very exciting offers too.
We reveal that Madonna is sitting right next to Al, fiddling with his shirt. She's a pretty distracting presence in the room, and Demento is obviously uncomfortable that she's there. Throughout the meeting, she engages in various inappropriate PDA with Al.
To discuss with you, we've been getting a lot of calls.
Demento picks up a notepad and begins reading.
Let's see here. Led Zeppelin has been talking about getting back together, but they said they'd only do it if they could open for you on tour.
Oh, that's sweet, but I already offered the gig to Howie Mandel.
Yes, but this would be
We see that Al and Madonna are full-on making out. Finally, Demento clears his throat to get Al's attention.
Look, I'm not bumping Mandel for Zeppelin. All right? Pass.
Okay, well, there's now a serious offer on the table for you to replace Roger Moore in the James Bond franchise. And I really think it's worth it.
No, I'm not going to be the new James Bond. I'm not going to be the new Indiana Jones. Everything I do from here on out is going to be original. How many times do I have to say that?
Listen, Mr. Pimento, we got places to be. How much longer is this going to take?
Demento is clearly not liking this new dynamic.
Almost done. We got another request for Al to play Pablo Escobar's 40th birthday party.
Ooh, I saw him on the news. He's a really big deal.
The drug lord? Ugh, why is that guy so obsessed with me?
He's increased his offer to 3 billion pesos.
How much is that in American money? Never mind. I don't feel like doing the math. Pass.
Well, I've already done the math.
I can do my own math, and I said I don't want to, so pass.
Dr. Demento closes the notebook. There's definite tension in the room, which Madonna quickly makes worse.
Hold up. Alfie, are you chewing my gum?
I don't know. Maybe. You want to come get it?
Meow.
Madonna crawls like a cat as she climbs on top of Al. Demento, grossed out, pulls his top hat down over his eyes. Dissolved 2. Interior fancy restaurant night. Al and Madonna sit at a table surrounded by fancy diners in black ties and evening gowns. They stick out like sore thumbs.
You don't think things are moving too fast with us, do you?
Baby, don't be silly. We're soulmates. This is true love. I mean, when you know, you know.
You're right. This has been the happiest 6 hours of my life.
They reach across the table and hold hands. A waiter approaches.
Mr. Yankovic, you have a phone call at the bar.
Excuse me, my love.
Al makes his way over to the bar and picks up the phone.
This better be good.
Interior Scotti Brothers Records, night, intercut. Tony Scotti is on the other side of the phone.
Well,
What's going on, Tony?
I thought you should hear it from me first. Michael Jackson has just released a new single called Eat It. It's, it's a parody of Eat It.
What, you mean the kid from the Jackson 5? Why is that has-been trying to ride my coattails?
She's got a pretty successful solo career now.
Whatever, you're telling me Michael Jackson recorded a parody of my song?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Same music, different words.
What kind of sick freak changes the words to someone else's song?
Tony starts to reply, but then thinks better of it.
Beat It, huh? What's about eggs?
No, it's not even about food. It's about fighting or avoiding a fight. I'm not entirely.
Al angrily slams the phone down the bar several times. Slam, 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 slam. Other patrons look over nervously.
What gives him the right? Can he even do this?
I think you're maybe overreacting a little. Hey, this might even help promote your song. Sell a few more records.
Slam, 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 slam.
I don't need to sell more records, Tony. I need people to start taking me seriously as an artist that creates original music. Now some idiots will probably get confused and think Beat It came first.
Who is going to think that?
This is a disaster. For the rest of my life, I'm going to be linked to this Michael Jackson guy.
And why would that be so bad? Look, maybe it's a good thing. I think it's a huge honor. Michael's one of the biggest stars in the world. And I highly doubt an association or relationship with Michael Jackson could ever wind up being awkward or problematic at any point in the future.
Tony winces as he hears slam, 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 slam. Cut to interior fancy restaurant, Al's table, night. Moments later, Al sits back down with Madonna.
Is everything okay?
Everything's pretty freaking not okay. I finally created something on my own, and now people are just gonna think I'm ripping off Michael Jackson. Am I doing the right thing? Maybe I should have stuck with parody songs. I'm so confused.
The waiter approaches with 2 dinners.
Your filet.
Al smacks it out of his hand. Food spills all over the floor.
I think I lost my appetite.
Baby, you seem really upset. You should have a drink.
I don't really drink.
If there's one thing I've learned in life, the only thing that'll clear your head and make you feel better is hard alcohol, and lots of it.
Okay, you know me better than anyone. I trust you.
Madonna leans into the waiter who is on the ground cleaning up the mess.
He'll have a whiskey. Neat.
She looks back over at Al. His head is down on the table and he's crying.
You know what? Maybe you should bring the whole bottle.
A duplicitous smile grows on her face. Exterior establishing shot, Joe Robbie Stadium day. We see the huge arena in Florida where Al and the band are playing. The marquee says sold out. Interior Joe Robbie Stadium stage day. Jim, Steve, and Bermuda are on stage, pacing and noodling around with their instruments, looking extremely bored. Weird Al stumbles on stage, clutching a half-empty bottle of whiskey, extremely drunk. Madonna is with him.
The king is here. Let's get this party started.
Dude, sound check was supposed to start like 3 hours ago.
Well, I wasn't here 3 hours ago, so it's starting now.
Whoa, is that Madonna? What's she doing here?
Hey, my girlfriend has every right to be here. We're in love, okay?
The bandmates sneak concerned looks at each other.
You're drunk, aren't you?
I'm not drunk. You're all drunk.
This is pointless. Hey man, why don't you just get out of here?
I need to get out of here. You need to get out of here.
Guys, come on. Look, Al, this is the first show of the tour. It's kind of a big deal. Do you think you can manage to not screw this up for everybody?
What are you gonna do? Fire me? Ha! You guys are nothing without me. You know why people are coming to this show? To see me. I'm indispensable. You are the opposite of indispensable. I could replace you with a drum machine, and you with a guitar machine, and you with, I don't know, some other machine. You're all just a bunch of normals. I'm the weird one. I'm the weird one.
The band collectively gives up and starts walking off the stage.
Okay, that's it.
You've changed, man. The fame's really gotten to you.
Just clean yourself up before the show tonight, all right? You're a mess.
After they've left, Al takes another huge swig from the bottle.
They seem nice.
Dr. Demento hesitantly walks on stage, catching Al's attention.
Oh, great. What do you want?
Al, can I talk to you for a minute? Privately?
Look, anything you want to say to me, you can say in front of my girlfriend.
Dr. Demento acknowledges her, sighs, then awkwardly begins.
Okay then. I think Madonna's a bad influence on you. I think she's an evil, conniving succubus who is just using you for her own pathetic, selfish needs. No offense.
Madonna waves it off.
All she wants from you is that sweet, sweet Yankovic bump. She knows her record sales will go through the roof if you parody her.
This woman is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And besides, I already told her I wasn't doing anymore. Wasn't doing any.
You're so drunk you probably couldn't even give her the Yankovic bump.
That's not true. I'll come up with a parody right now. Instead of like a virgin, it'll be like shut up. It's impossible. Nothing rhymes with virgin.
Just be careful, Al. When she's done with you, she's gonna drop you like a sack full of spoiled cabbage.
Shut up. Shut up. You're not my dad.
He stomps out off the stage. Demento shrugs at Madonna.
I never claimed that I was. Odd of him to say that. I did like Lucky Star.
Oh, thanks. Excuse me.
She runs to catch up with Al, still stumbling drunk.
Baby, where are you going?
Yeah, I gotta go for a little drive. On my own. Clear my head.
No, honey, stop. Wait, you can't do that. Without your car keys.
She smiles and hands him a ring of keys. Cut to exterior long, lonesome road, early evening. Teary-eyed, Al drives recklessly down the road while taking swigs from his whiskey bottle. He clicks on the radio to distract himself from the travails of superstardom. We hear, wow, well, we can't wait. Weird Al hits the stage at Joe Robbie Stadium tonight at 8 o'clock, and it's going to be off the chain. Al disgustedly changes the station. It's playing Eat It. He changes it again. I Love Rocky Road. He changes it again. Another one rides the bus. He changes it again. It's the Spanish station. Al smiles. Finally, an escape.
This is groundbreaking, earth-shattering. We have never seen or heard anything like this since the dawn of mankind. Ladies and gentlemen, witness the power of majesty of Senor Weird Al Yankovic.
Al rolls his eyes when he realizes the DJ is talking about him. He changes it again. I lost on Jeopardy. He changes it again. My Bologna. Al changes it again. Back to the original station. He looks down as he begins lighting a cigarette with both hands. Multi-platinum smash hit recording artist Weird Al Yankovic. I tell you, there's just no stopping that guy. Weird Al can do no wrong. When Al finally looks up, he sees headlights coming straight for him. He jerks the wheel and screams as we smash cut to interior hospital hallway night. We're back at the first scene of the movie. A gurney carrying Weird Al crashes through double doors and barrels down a long hallway, escorted by a team of frantic paramedics. Cut to interior operating room night. They zap Al with defibrillator pads. No response.
Okay, let's call it. Time of death, 7:30.
Suddenly, the monitor beeps back to life and Weird Al bolts upright, screaming. The doctors are taken aback. Al realizes where he is, takes it all in, and then inspiration strikes.
Quick. I need some paper. And a number 2 pencil.
Reveal. Madonna is there to hand it to him.
Here you go, baby.
Al starts scribbling lyrics furiously. The doctors are concerned.
Ma'am, I don't think he's in any condition to be doing this right now.
Look, there's no time. He's got a show in 30 minutes.
Cut to interior Joe Robbie Stadium, stage night. The lights come up on Weird Al's band, playing the opening to Like a Surgeon. Al is dressed in OR scrubs, writhing around in a hospital bed. Male dancers wearing cone bras are doing a choreographed routine around it, a la the performance from Madonna's Blonde Ambition tour. The crowd is losing their minds.
I finally made it through med school. Somehow I made it through. I'm just an intern, I still make a mistake or two. I was last in my class, barely passed at the institute. Now I'm trying to avoid, I'm trying to avoid a malpractice suit.
We see Madonna watching from the wings of the stage with a satisfied look on her face. This is exactly what she wanted.
Like a surgeon, cutting for the very first time. Like a surgeon, organ transplants on my line. Better give me all the gauze, nurse. This patient's fading fast. Complications have set in. I don't know how long it'll last. Yeah. Here. Like a surgeon. Hey! Cutting for the very first time. Like a surgeon. Here's a waiver for you to sign.
The band keeps playing as Al stumbles over to Madonna.
This is all for you, baby. I love you so much.
He starts to collapse and Madonna props him up.
I think I should have stuck around for that blood transfusion. I feel like I'm gonna pass out.
You're killing it, baby. Now get back out there.
Madonna signals to Al's dancers who carry him back on stage.
Like a surgeon. Ooh, like a surgeon. When I reach inside with my scalpel and my forceps and retractors. Oh, baby, yeah. I can hear your heartbeat for the very last time.
Al collapses. The crowd goes wild. The dancers carry him backstage. Interior Joe Robbie Stadium backstage night continuous. Madonna hands him a bottle. He swigs from it.
Come on, baby. You got a costume change. One more song, then we can go home and sleep it off.
Madonna helps him to his feet and helps remove his scrubs. Underneath, Al is wearing nothing but tight leather pants. He looks up and sees his wardrobe assistant walking towards him carrying his red Eat It jacket. Al looks at it with great disdain.
What's this? I'm not wearing that.
It's your Eat It jacket, babe.
Not anymore, it's not. It's a Michael Jackson jacket now. I don't want to look at it. Get that thing out of my face.
The wardrobe assistant is dumbfounded. She takes it away. Al starts staggering towards the stage, bare-chested.
Honey, wait. Aren't you forgetting something?
She hands Al a fresh bottle of whiskey. Al drunkenly blows her a kiss and stumbles back onto the stage. Cut 2. Interior Joe Robbie Stadium, stage, night, moments later. The band starts playing Eat It as Al enters chugging whiskey. He pulls the bottle away from his mouth and spit sprays into the air. The song clumsily falls apart as the band notices his condition. The audience starts to boo. Al grabs the microphone.
Oh, boo. Boo, right? That's you guys. Boo.
The boos continue.
Oh, yeah, what? You want to hear Eat It, do you?
The crowd starts cheering.
Okay, here you go.
He makes a loud, wet fart sound to the microphone. The crowd goes back to booing. Al goes on a drunken Jim Morrison-style rant.
You're all a bunch of slaves. You're idiots. You're morons. But oh, you pay good money to see a show? You worked your little butts off in some dangerous factory. God only knows what they make there. Nobody will tell you that.
Al's bandmates look around at each other, shrug, and launch into a Doors-like groove. The booing calms down.
You like getting pushed around? You like letting everybody push you around? I think you do. You like letting your dad push you around? You like letting Michael Jackson push you around? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do?
Al chugs more whiskey. Police officers begin gathering in the wings.
So you want to see it?
The audience cheers. Al starts gyrating his hips.
Oh, you want me to show it to you?
More cheers.
I'm going to whip it out. You don't even think I'll do it, do you? I haven't whipped it out yet, but I'm going to whip it out for you. But only if you really want me to.
The crowd starts chanting, "Whip it out, whip it out."
All right, here it goes.
Al turns around and bends over. The cops are ready to pounce. When he stands back up and spins around, we see that he's holding his accordion. Cops rush the stage and tackle Al to the ground. Squirk. Cut 2, interior news desk night. Connie Chung sits in front of an unflattering photo of Al with the graphic, "Weird alcoholic."
We're sorry to interrupt the president's address, but we have breaking news. Parody songsmith Weird Al Yankovic was arrested earlier tonight in Miami-Dade County for lewd behavior. We bring it to you now in jail.
Exterior Miami-Dade County Jail night. Live news camera footage of Madonna escorting Weird Al out of the jail. They're surrounded by shouting reporters and paparazzi. Al is still shirtless with a blanket draped over his shoulders.
Give him some space, you vultures. Can't you see he's in pain?
She pushes Al into the back of a limo as the cameras continue flashing. Interior diner, late night. Close on, a coffee mug is refilled. Al and Madonna sit across from each other. Madonna is excitedly pitching future plans while Al, now sobered up but looking like he's been through the ringer, passively goes along with them. He's in a very fragile place, emotionally vulnerable, near tears.
So here's my thought. I really think this is a great idea. I hope you like it. We team up, right? I'll write all the, good songs, the real songs, and then you follow them up every time with a parody. Bam, bam, it's perfect.
Sounds great.
It's foolproof. We'll be unstoppable. We'll be the hottest power couple in the entire music industry. Like, what would be our power couple name? I'm thinking Madankovic, or maybe Madonnovic, or maybe just Madonna. There will be time to figure all that out. But can you imagine the world tour? Madonna with Weird Al. All that money. Oh, I got the tingles. But I mean, you're okay with all this, right?
Look, babe, I'm seriously okay with anything you want to do. I mean, look at me. I'm a train wreck. I'm barely holding it together. My parents wrote me off. I pushed away my bands, Dr. Demento, everybody who was important to me. You're all I've got. You're literally the only thing I've got left. If anything happened to you, I don't know what I'd do.
Madonna smiles appreciatively, and a bag goes over her head. She's being kidnapped. Two men in ski masks drag her out of her seat, kicking and screaming. Al stands up in a panic. What's going on here? A guy in a nearby booth stands up and points an Uzi right at Al.
Relax, Mr. Yankovic. We just want to borrow your girlfriend. Just stay calm and nothing will happen to you.
Al starts sobbing and freaking out.
Oh, please, sir. Please, whatever you do.
With lightning fast reflexes, Al kicks the butt of the gun, sending a string of bullets into the ceiling.
Don't hurt me.
He grabs his mug off the table and splashes hot coffee in the waiter's face. He goes down. Al turns to see the masked men dragging Madonna out the door. He calls out after her.
Madonna!
Two sets of hands grab onto Al's shoulders. It's the guys that were sitting at the table behind him. This was all a trap. It's Al versus everyone in the restaurant. Like John Wick in a Hawaiian shirt, Al stomps down and breaks one of their legs. He goes down screaming. Al smashes a coffee mug on the other guy's head and lays him out. The diner patron gets back up and tries to tackle Al. They fight their way across the diner before Al gets the better of him and throws him into a jukebox. Sparks fly. When Al looks up, a short order cook is running at him with a raised kitchen knife. Al grabs a metal napkin holder off the table and launches it at the cook's face so hard it knocks him backwards off his feet. Al jumps over the counter and fights two more cooks. He gets one of them tangled in his apron and then runs his head down the counter, smashing through cake displays. Another large cook comes out of the kitchen with a frying pan. After a brutal fight, Al comes out on top and presses the cook's face into a panini press. It sizzles as his arms flail when they stop. Al dings the bell on the counter.
Order up.
Al runs out into the street just in time to see a windowless van pulling away. One of the ski masked assailants leans out of the back and yells to him.
Pablo Escobar sends his regards.
He laughs and slams the back door. Al stands in the middle of the street, silently watching the van as it burns rubber down the road. Then he says with grim determination,
Pablo Escobar, you just made the biggest mistake of your life.
Dissolve 2, exterior jungle establishing shot day. Beautiful aerial footage of a lush jungle. It's peaceful, but not for long. Exterior jungle day. Two guards armed with assault rifles patrol the jungle. They speak to each other in subtitled Spanish.
Blah, getting eaten alive out here. Hey, you got a smoke?
Yeah, here you go.
As he lights his partner's cigarette, we hear a twig snap in the distance. The guards perk up.
You hear that?
Yeah, I think him over there.
The guards raise their rifles and step away from their vehicles, slowly entering the jungle. Angle on, their boots crunch on the ground below. It's impossible to move through this jungle undetected. They both come to a stop and survey the area. Beads of sweat drip from their brows. It's tense. We hear another twig snap.
Over there.
Pointing their weapons at the same target, they both unload their clips. When the dust settles,
We got him.
they relax their weapons and walk over to the dead body, give it a kick.
Wait a second. This isn't a man.
We reveal the body on the ground.
It's a hey boy.
Ninja-like, Weird Al drops down from the trees, landing behind them. He grabs one of the guards from behind and uses his gun to shoot the other, then breaks that guard's neck. Al bends down and picks up a weapon.
This'll do.
Cut to interior Pablo Escobar's compound day. Al kicks the door in and is surprised to find a large birthday party in progress. Balloons, streamers, a piñata. and a huge banner that reads, "Happy birthday, Pablo." Pablo Escobar is happily celebrating. He's front and center at the table. Think the Last Supper, with Madonna bound and gagged at his side, and a dozen or so Sicarios and henchmen wearing dopey party hats. A three-piece mariachi band is playing. Al sets his gaze on the drug lord.
Escobar!
Escobar speaks loudly over the music. "Ah, Mr. Yankovic, we were expecting you. Welcome. As you know, I'm a huge fan of your music. You're very big in this country. I got all your albums through the Columbia House Record Club. 12 for a penny. Great deal. Anyway, I hope that you will forgive me for kidnapping your lovely girlfriend, but it seems that was the only way I could guarantee that you'd show up at my birthday party. Your agent is a real nightmare to deal with. Excuse me, let me just turn down the music." He shoots his gun over the heads of the band. They duck, cover, and run for the exit. "That's better. Now I can hear myself think. Anyway, we're just about to cut the cake. Can I offer you a slice?" Al's still trying to process all this.
No cake.
"Fine, well, more for us. Haha.
I just want my woman, then I'll go.
I'm afraid that's not how this works, Mr. Yankovic. You can't leave until you perform for us."
No dice. Not gonna happen. I'm not your monkey.
Madonna has managed to get the gag out of her mouth.
I can do borderline.
Pablo waves her off. Not interested. "Really, Mr. Yankovic, why all the drama? You're already here. Just sing one measly song for us and we'll let you go. Just one song. How about that wonderful Michael Jackson parody you did?" Oops, wrong thing to say. There's fire in Al's eyes.
That's not a parody!
Al opens fire on the Narcos. A brief gun battle ensues in which all of Pablo's men are killed. It's insanely violent. Weird Al lights these dudes up. "Stop! Stop, stop, stop!" Ceasefire. Pablo looks around at his men on the ground. "Well, first of all, rude. And second of all, if you really, really don't want to entertain us, fine. You and your lady friend can just leave."
So, we can go now?
"Oh, sure, whenever you like." Psych! Pablo Escobar shoots Al in the chest. He drops to the ground.
No!
Very unfortunate. He was a god among men, but now worm food. Oh well, back to the party. Shall we cut the cake? Pablo swivels the cake around and shows it to Madonna. It looks like a cake for a 7-year-old. "Happy 40th, Pablo. You're awesome." Al's eyes open. He slowly staggers back up.
Pablo, you forgot one thing.
Al rips his shirt open. We see the bullet lodged in one of Al's platinum medallions.
I'm certified platinum.
Escobar is in shock. Al yanks the chain off his neck and all the medallions drop to the ground in slow motion. All but one. Al brandishes it.
Hey, Escobar. Eat it.
Al flings the remaining medallion at Pablo and it embeds vertically in his forehead. A single drop of blood runs down his face and he falls backwards to the ground. Madonna looks at Al in disbelief. He runs over and starts untying her.
Come on, let's get out of here. Let me just grab these necklaces.
Madonna stands and surveys the carnage as Al pulls the platinum medallion out of Escobar's forehead.
Gross.
He wipes the blood off on the leg of his pants and heads off to collect the rest.
You just killed Pablo Escobar.
Yeah, I know. I've killed so many people this week. Before last Thursday, I never really killed anyone. The things we do for love, right?
Al's already halfway to the door, but Madonna hasn't moved. She's lost in thought. He turns back.
Come on.
Wait, just hear me out here. With Escobar out of the picture, maybe we can run the drug cartel.
What?
Supply and demand, baby. Look, somebody's got to run the cartel, and it might as well be me, us.
You can't be serious. What about all our plans? Writing songs together, touring together.
Yeah, but why rule the music industry when we can rule the world? All the money and power is right here.
Madonna, that's... No way. My life is in America. And my family would never forgive me if I became involved in a drug cartel.
Your family has already disowned you, Al. I'm all you've got, remember? And we'll still be together. I'll be the head of the cartel and you'll be my number 2.
You're number 2.
Suddenly, it all becomes very clear to Al.
I Can't believe this. Dr. Demento was right. You were just using me to further your career, weren't you?
Well, yeah, my relationship with you was a business decision. So is this. It's all just business.
Wow. Well, okay then. That's it, I guess. Have a nice life.
Al reluctantly turns to go. A bullet whizzes past his head.
Whoa!
Al turns around and sees Madonna holding Escobar's gun. She looks a little crazy.
I can't let you leave, Al. You know too much.
What are you talking about?
More bullets whiz past him. They hit bags of cocaine, which are piled up by the door, creating a cloud of white dust.
Stop that!
We could have been such a beautiful team. And by the way, I decided I do like Weird Donna better than Madankovic, but that's all over now. Our partnership is officially dissolved.
She fires more shots. They miss, but hit more bags of coke, creating a larger cloud.
Goodbye, Madonna.
Al sadly disappears through the cloud of white powder. When Madonna runs out of bullets, she drops the gun and sobs while doing Vogue moves with her hands. Exterior jungle day. Al solemnly walks back through the jungle, staring at the sun through the trees.
Yeah, I had a lot of soul searching to do. Was I a parody singer, original artist, most dangerous assassin in the world? Maybe I had lost my way. Don't get me wrong. There are things I loved about being Weird Al. Fame, the money, fancy dinners, joining the Illuminati, going to the Illuminati holiday party, learning the truth about the moon landing at JFK. About my family, none of it mattered. I knew what I had to do.
Dissolve 2, exterior, the factory, establishing shot, day. We finally catch a glimpse of the miserable factory where Nick Yankovic works. Brick buildings, smokestacks. Definitely doesn't look like it belongs in Southern California. Interior factory, day. Close on, a time card punches in and is placed in a rack. It reads Alfred Yankovic. Al, now wearing a blue work uniform like the one we saw his dad wearing earlier, is being ushered to his workstation by a floor manager. There are buttons and levers and cranks and lots of sparks flying everywhere.
It's pretty simple. When the light turns green, you turn this crank to the left. And when it turns red, you stop and pull this lever down. And when it turns green again, you push the lever up, turn the crank back to the right, and yep, that's it. Lunch is at 12:30.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What exactly do we make at this factory?
Your old man said you were funny. That's a good one.
Al watches him go, then turns back to his station. The light turns green, he cranks left, sparks. The light turns red, he pulls the lever, sparks. He lets out a sigh, repeat, repeat. A siren blares. Al looks to the other end of the factory. A worker has just been torn to pieces by a machine. Factory workers scramble around, slip on the blood. Al continues to mindlessly turn cranks and pull levers as he watches the mayhem.
Hey.
Al turns around and finds himself face to face with his father for the first time in years.
You got a minute?
Al stares at him for an uncomfortable beat.
Well, what, you want to take a swing, old man?
No, it's just, what are you doing here?
What am I doing here? Really? My whole life I've been trying to please you, but I was never enough. You were always disappointed in your weird son. So yeah, I gave up the most successful music career in history to come work at this miserable factory. Because that's exactly what you've always wanted. And it's still not good enough for you.
Look, I appreciate what you're doing here, but this isn't enough for you.
What? Well, I'm not even good enough for turning at cranks?
Alfred, that's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying then?
I was wrong to stand in your way. This isn't what you're meant for. You're special. You're Weird Al. And you're my son. I wanted to tell you, I'm so proud of you.
Music swells as Nick starts unbuttoning his uniform.
Wait, what are you doing?
Nick opens his uniform up and reveals what he's wearing underneath, a Hawaiian shirt. Al is confused. Emotions are swirling around in his head. With tears in their eyes, the two men hug. Another siren blares. Screams can be heard from the other end of the factory. Nick pulls away from the hug.
I'm gonna have to go help clean up the blood, but why don't you come by the house for dinner tonight? Mom would love to see you.
Al watches as Nick hurries away. Interior Yankovic house, evening. Al and his parents are having a lovely dinner at home. Note, Mary has literally gained about 100 pounds since we last saw her. They really seem to be enjoying each other's company. All the wounds have now healed. They laugh as they sing dumb parody songs together.
Or how about this one? Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg. Batmobile lost the wheel, the Joker got away. Hey!
All-time classic.
So your mother tells me you're dating that singer Madonna?
No. We broke up.
Yes, Mary.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. What happened?
It's complicated.
Well, a lot of fish in the sea, right, son? So tell us, what's it like being you, being a world famous superstar and all?
Well, it's fun, but it's also a lot of pressure. Hardest part for me is coming up with new songs. I never know where the next idea is going to come from. And honestly, it's been a while. I canceled my tour, burned a lot of bridges. Next song I write, I'm gonna have to prove myself to the world all over again, and I just don't even know if I have it in me anymore.
Nonsense. I'm sure that next big idea is just right there in front of you.
Thanks. I hope so. Anyway, Mom, I wasn't gonna say anything, but I can't help but notice you put on a couple pounds.
Alfred!
No, no, it's okay, Nick. It's not like it's a secret or anything.
Well, sweetie, I think you look better with a little meat in your bones. You're pleasingly plump.
Oh, stop it. You know I'm fat. I'm fat. You know it.
Mary and Nick look at Al expectantly. Beat. No reaction.
What?
Well, this is a lovely dinner spread. What kind of sandwiches are these, honey? Ham on.
Ham on whole wheat.
All right.
Nick picks up a sandwich and takes a big bite. Al's still oblivious. He decides to bring up a tender subject.
Dad, Mom told me a long time ago that, well, you had a reason for always being so hard on me.
Nick and Mary share a look.
I think it's time, dear.
All right.
Nick leaves the table and a moment later plops a 1,000-page handwritten manuscript down on it.
I wrote it all down here. This should explain everything.
Yeah, do you have maybe like a photo album or something instead? Maybe just go over the bullet points?
Well, I don't have a photo album, but I do have a sketchbook.
A sketchbook?
Nick brings that to the table and opens it up to an illustration of an Amish barn raising.
There weren't any cameras around when I was growing up because, you see, I was raised Amish.
What? Really?
We go tight in on the sketch until it fills the screen and comes to life as Nick tells his story. What follows is a motion graphic animated sequence of Nick's flashback, drawn in the crude style of the illustrations. Motion graphic animated sequence. We pull back from a shot of Amish people raising a barn to reveal young Nick, 9, sitting in front of an easel sketching the scene. But then we reveal that, along with his traditional Amish clothing, he's wearing a fake Groucho nose and glasses. An Amish elder busts young Nick and angrily removes the glasses, scolding him harshly.
Yep. I grew up Amish, lived in the community for the first 16 years of my life. And frankly, I don't think I ever really fit in because, well, if I'm being honest, I was just as weird as you when I was a kid.
Young Nick and his family are in church, sitting in a pew singing hymns. Nick is smiling as he sings. The people all around him gradually stop singing and stare at him in horror.
I even made up new words to the hymns that we sang during church services. That didn't go over too well.
We see young Nick in the stockades in the rain.
I was in the stockades for a week.
We see teenage Nick, 16, packing suitcases in his room.
Then, when I was a few years older, I was able to go on Rumspringa.
Teenage Nick walks down a city street, staring open-mouthed at everything.
I finally had a chance to go out into the great big world and see what it had to offer.
Teenage Nick looks into a store window. His eyes go wide.
And then I saw the love of my life.
We see what he's staring at, a beautiful accordion.
A 1933 Excelsior, the finest accordion there ever was.
We see him buying the instrument from the storekeeper.
Cost me every penny I had in the world, but it was worth it.
The animation match cuts to an illustration in the book, which is lowered, bringing us back to the dinner table.
Wait, you had an accordion. You had an accordion.
Yep, got pretty good on it. I got pretty good on it too. I wasn't bad.
I thought I was the love of your life.
Oh, you come later, dear. Anyway.
Back to the book and the animated flashbacks. Teenage Nick energetically busts with his accordion on a street corner with his case open for change. People walk by, ignoring him or cruelly mocking him. He has a drink thrown in his face from a passing car.
I tried for months to make it as a professional musician, but it just wasn't in God's plan. Failure mocked me at every waking moment.
A gang of street toughs throw him and his accordion in a dumpster.
I knew that I had to give up my dream and go back to the only life I knew.
Teenage Nick, wearing his accordion, knocks on the door of an Amish church. When the door opens and the people inside see the instrument, they are horrified and deeply offended. One woman faints. They slam the door shut in poor Nick's face.
But when I tried to come back to the Amish community, well, the second they saw that squeeze box, I was immediately excommunicated, banished forever.
Teenage Nick, now homeless, warms himself in front of a burning trash can. He throws the accordion in. We push in on the flames reflecting in his eyes.
My whole world was torn away from me, and all I knew was I never wanted to see another accordion again for as long as I lived.
We see teenage Nick approaching the same factory he works at today. As a hearse drives off, a help wanted sign goes up.
So I got a job at the factory, a place where I knew you could get an honest day's wages for an honest day's work.
Back to the dinner table.
And shortly after that, I met your mother, the new love of my life.
Mary smiles.
Wow, Dad, I never knew.
Well, of course not. How could you? I just told you. Anyway, I hope you can forgive me, and I hope you understand, son. See, I lost everything, and I was just terrified that you would suffer the same sad fate. I didn't want you to get your dreams crushed. So I felt like I had to crush your ideas before they could turn into dreams.
That makes sense.
As Al lifts the sketchbook onto the table, two time-worn pieces of paper fall out.
Oops.
Nick's eyes widen as Al bends to pick them up. He hasn't seen these papers in a long time.
Hey, you don't have to,
Amish Paradise?
Okay, just hand them over to...
Wait, are these song lyrics?
Nick is caught.
It's just a little something I wrote back then. It's dumb, whatever, you can just throw them out.
Al shushes Nick, waving him off as he scans the lyrics in awe. Nick looks at Mary and then nervously giggles to himself.
Dad, these lyrics, they're like a window into your soul. I don't know that I've ever felt more connected to you in my entire life.
Nick is moved.
I never got the chance to perform it myself. The dream had already died. I was kind of thinking, no, never mind. I guess no one will ever get to hear this song.
That's it. That's it. Wait, Mom, what did you say about being fat like a minute ago?
Well, we're on to something else now.
Yeah, I thought we were kind of having a moment here.
Confused, Al looks back down at the lyrics as his parents continue berating him. We hear the music of Gangsta's Paradise / Amish Paradise fade in as we cut to Interior Awards show night. Al is on stage performing his Coolio parody, Amish Paradise. Al and his bandmates are all dressed in traditional Amish garb, wearing large fake beards. A full Amish chorus sings behind them. It's a huge, flashy production.
We've been spending most our lives living in an Amish paradise. We churn butter once or twice, living in an Amish paradise. It's hard work and sacrifice, living in an Amish paradise. We sell quilts at discount price, living in an Amish paradise.
Al and his band look at each other with enormous grins. Weird Al is back. We pan across some happy faces in the crowd and wind up on Coolio, who is staring daggers at Al.
Hitching up the buggy, churning lots of butter, raised a barn on Monday, soon I'll raise another. Think you're really righteous? Think thou pure of heart? Well, I know I'm a million times as humble as thou art. I'm a pious a guy, a little omelets wanna be like. On my knees day and night, scoring points for the afterlife. So don't be vain and don't be whiny. Or else, my brother, I might have to give it evil on your hiney.
Dr. Demento and Tony Scotti are also in the audience, enjoying the show. Cut to Interior Yankovic house night. Al's parents proudly watch the broadcast from home.
That's our boy.
Man, I should have kept the publishing rights.
Cut back to Interior Awards show night.
We've been spending most our lives living in an Amish paradise. We're all crazy Mennonites living in an Amish paradise. There's no cops or traffic lights living in an Amish paradise. But you'd probably think it bites living in an Amish paradise.
The song ends and the crowd erupts into wild cheers and applause. Al and the band head backstage with their arms around each other.
It's great to have you back, man.
Yeah, I was starting to miss the weird one.
Can't believe I ever said that. I'm so sorry.
Hey, you're an artist. Being an abusive jerk is all part of the process.
Yeah, name one creative genius that doesn't have a checkered past involving drugs, alcohol, and murderous rampage in the heart of the jungle.
I guess you're right. Man, I love you guys.
They all group hug. When the guys disperse, Al turns around and sees Dr. Demento.
Dr. D, you came!
Of course. And let me just say, you were amazing out there, as always.
Hey, look, all the stuff I said to you before, I just wanted to apologize.
Stop. No need. You know, really got me thinking. I do sort of think of you as a son, and I never had children of my own, so
He produces some papers and a pen.
I'd like to adopt you.
Oh, I actually made up with my dad.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, we're all good now. So
no, that's cool. That's cool. That's great.
yeah, my category's coming up, so I should probably
go get changed. Good luck.
see ya.
Dr. Demento honks a squeaky horn that he's pulled out of his pocket. He watches Al go, then frustratingly rips up the papers. Cut to Interior Yankovic house night a little later. The audience applauds as Al, now wearing a Hawaiian tuxedo, is shown on the TV screen. Mary gasps and clutches her pearls.
Oh my, he's so colorful.
Still don't get the whole Hawaii thing.
And now, please welcome our next presenters. Grammy Award winner Diana Ross and Intercontinental WWF champion Hulk Hogan. Cut back to Interior Awards show night. The audience applauds as Diana Ross and Hulk Hogan approach the microphone.
Get off my feet. As artists, we learn to express ourselves through our instruments. Louis Armstrong had his trumpet. Jimi Hendrix had his guitar. And for me, my instrument is my voice.
Light applause.
Damn it.
That's right, Diana. And my instruments are these 24-inch pythons.
Hulk flexes, rips his shirt open. The crowd goes crazy.
Apologies. And now, the award you've all been waiting for in the category of perhaps not technically the best, but arguably the most famous accordion player in an extremely specific genre of music award goes to...
Tense moment. Who's it going to be? We see Prince seated in the audience, anxiously crossing his fingers.
Weird Al
Weird Al Yankovic.
Yankovic.
Thunderous applause. Al is overwhelmed. The crowd gives him an enthusiastic standing ovation. Prince is super bummed. He leaves in a huff. As he vacates his seat, he is replaced by a Sicario in battle fatigues. Filled with emotion, Al makes his way up the steps and crosses to the microphone. Diana Ross hands him the award and Hulk Hogan kisses him on the cheek. When the audience finally calms down, Al begins his speech, barely holding back the tears.
Thank you. This award means so much to me. And in front of the billions of people watching all around the world right now, I would just want to say is, see, Dad, I told you, in your face, old man.
The audience cheers. We cut to Nick and Mary at home. Nick laughs, bursting with pride.
There are so many people here tonight that I'd like to thank. People who mean the world to me and made me everything I am today. But they know who they are, and I'll thank them all later privately.
In the audience, Dr. Demento rolls his eyes.
Great.
Better wrap this up. I don't have much time left. I mean, I'm going to be around for a good long time. Don't you worry about that. You're not getting rid of me that easy.
The audience chuckles. We see the Sicario in the audience talking Soto into his headset.
Waiting on your signal.
Al continues his speech, oblivious to the danger.
But in my remaining few seconds, I just want to say, live the life you want to live. Be as weird as you want to be. Believe me, you will never find true happiness until you can truly accept who you are.
The soldier hears a female voice on his headset.
Stand by.
And standing before all of you right here, right now, I've never been so happy and I've never been so proud in my entire life.
Al hoists his Grammy in triumph, and the audience applauds wildly as we reveal that Al has managed to wet his pants, A Star is Born style. Cut to interior undisclosed location. Madonna in an undisclosed location. She's now got a long scar on her face and wears an eye patch. A single tear rolls down her cheek as she gives the command.
Okay, take the shot.
Cut back to interior awards show night. As Al continues to bask in the love of the crowd, the Sicario stands up, brandishing a Gatling-style crank machine gun. Al notices him and his eyes go wide.
No!
Cut to black. We hear machine gun fire along with screams and pandemonium. The cacophony fades down, and then we see titles over black. Weird Al Yankovic was assassinated by members of Madonna's drug cartel, but his music will live on forever. Beat. Then more titles underneath. Madonna Chacon is still at large. The end credit title sequence begins. We see photos of the real Al Yankovic, a childhood pic, a teenage pic, an early performance pic, a pic of him receiving gold records with the band. But then we start seeing aggressively photoshopped images, where the real 1980s Al is seen doing some of the more ridiculous things from the movie, making out with the real Madonna, being drunk and dragged off stage by police, firing a machine gun in a diner, getting riddled with bullets at the Grammys, etc. And a few other things the movie didn't cover, putting Queen Elizabeth in a friendly headlock, getting inducted into the Illuminati, etc. We also see and hear archival footage of the actual funeral, the flowers, the tributes, the worldwide mourning, the 21-gun salutes, and of course, President Ronald Reagan delivering a heartfelt eulogy. After the main titles, we dip to black and fade up on one final scene. Exterior cemetery day. Angle on Weird Al's grave. A woman dressed all in black stepped towards it with flowers in her hand. She kneels down and raises the scarf covering her face. It's Madonna. She smiles wistfully. As she's placing the flowers on the grave, Al's hand suddenly bursts up out of the ground and grabs her by the wrist. She screams. Cut to black. Credit crawl begins.
And that is the totally 100% true story of Mr. Weird Al Yankovic. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you at the next one.